Instagram, on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us. You know, has so many international up until the last drop. We are to you tonight is excitement building on social media. Please tell your friends on socials. Multi-choice city, and a very warm welcome to the official media launch and the announcement of the official lineup for the 2022 DStv Delicious International Food and Music Festival. Coming back, yebo, you can clap for that. It deserves a huge round of applause. We have so many surprises in store for you tonight, and I know that you are all waiting to find out who's going to be playing on the 24th and on the 25th of September. Me too, me too. My name is Lebo Mashile, and I have the privilege of being your MC for this evening. I wanted to state from the outset that this festival has brought so many incredible acts to this country, has highlighted so much of our own homegrown talent. It was going for 7 years before COVID happened. And I don't know if you remember, but I mean, we saw Incognito for the first time in South Africa because of this festival. We saw Soul to Soul, we saw De La Soul, we saw Arrested Development, we saw Jamiroquai. And then the last 2 years happened. Our world turned upside down. We have dealt with radical change, tumultuous change, unexpected change. And this moment that we are living through, somebody on Twitter said that we are the people that are going to be in the next Bible. And I believe it. The things that we are going through right now in this country are monumental. So I'm really grateful to you for joining us this evening. I'm grateful to the people who are streaming because we know what data costs. We know what it means to be online in these load-shedding times. So I send my love out to you digitally. The last 2 years have been traumatic for all of us, particularly for performers and people in the creative arts. And the interesting thing is that even though we saw the virtual collapse of live art over the last 2 years, what happened when we went into hard lockdown nearly exactly 2 years ago? People turned to culture to sustain themselves. We went online. We listened to the music that we love, that we grew up with. We watched movies. We watched series. We baked banana bread until they took yeast off of the shelves. We fried magwinya. Shout out to Les the chef, R.I.P. We fried magwinya with his incredible recipe. We turned to the things that bring us together, to food and to art, to music, to culture, because this is what gives us our humanity back. When we don't know where to look, we look to artists, we look to creatives. We are an essential service, ladies and gentlemen. When things are falling apart, people look to what we do for solace, for healing, for comfort, for inspiration, for hope to carry on. And this year, with the festival coming back, we are fully aware of the fact that Masitisvula i country, we are opening culture for everybody. The Heritage Month marks the beginning of the festival season in South Africa. So not only is the DStv Delicious International Festival coming back with a bang, but it also opens the season of culture for us in this country, on the continent, and this is absolutely vital to our well-being right now. As I mentioned before, the festival was going for 7 years with a 2-year break. Now we are back, and I know that you want to hear this lineup. I can feel it. I know it. The Twitter streets are rumbling. The social media streets are rumbling. The hashtag for today is hashtag 2022 DStv Delicious Festival, or just hashtag DStv Delicious Festival. If you want to leave out the 2022, that's okay. That's going to be the hashtag for the remaining months building up to the festival. So keep tweeting about it, keep engaging with us about the lineup. We appreciate the engagement. Now it gives me great pleasure to invite to the stage one of the founders of the festival, and he will be announcing what you have been waiting for. Who is going to be rocking us this year? Who's going to be showing us flames on that stage in 2022 for 2 solid days, ladies and gentlemen? Please give it up for Lloyd Cornwall. Flush is yours.
Thank you. Wow. I'm gonna sit down, hey? Guys, the first thing I can say is wow, because the last 2-3 years have been incredibly difficult for people in our industry. And what makes me the most proud being up here today is that it wasn't fairies that put this food out or laid out these tables and chairs and built these stages and set up live streams. It was people in the live events industry. And the live events industry, I believe, suffered more through the pandemic than any other sector. So tonight, what makes me very proud is to see that we're back and that we as a festival and DStv as a business are able to employ people from this sector to do the amazing jobs that they do. In saying that, we can't forget the needy. And with DStv Delicious International Food and Music Festival, through the pandemic, we were working on extensive initiatives to see how we could address the problem and help the problem. So some of the things that are happening this year, the ticket itself to the festival won't be enough to get you in. You will need to bring an item of food with you, which will be collected at the festival. All of that, the partnership with Chefs with Compassion is a collective of people that are helping feed people that can't afford food. Currently, they're feeding 25,000 people a week. And their initiative is based around rescue, cook, and feed. So the whole idea this year is that on your way to Delicious Festival, we'd like you to stop off at a Sasol Delight garage, buy a care pack, bring that with you, and throw that into the collection point. And then Chefs with Compassion will then go and cook that food. They've got 30 kitchens all over Johannesburg that are cooking 25,000 meals a week. And, you know, it's important for us as a festival to make sure that there's people around us that we can help. All the unused food at the festival will also be going to Chefs with Compassion. In fact, we're building, you know, what are now known as Instagram moments. So, you know, big art installations. But this year at Delicious Festival, the art installations will be made of vegetables and butternuts and all sorts of stuff. And at the end of the festival, that'll all be chopped up and made into great big urns of vegetable stews and given to people that are going home to hungry families. So there's a real big emphasis this year on what we're going to be doing for the less fortunate. We're also launching a new initiative in conjunction with Chefs with Compassion, which is called Cooking with Our Stars. And we're going to be releasing food videos, but with our music stars actually doing the cooking. The Delicious Festival has grown incredibly in the last, it's been running now 10 years. And we've had 2 years off, obviously, because of the pandemic. So the music festival industry and the concert industry in this country relies heavily on sponsorship. Without that corporate sponsorship, it doesn't work. The finances don't work, the numbers don't work. So I just want to thank DStv more than anybody for getting behind this project from day one, getting behind every single initiative we've come up with, and we've done a lot of good over the time, and we've created some really good times. This year's sponsors, Sydney and Elena and the guys at Sanlam, Samsung, Cheryl and Justin Hume, Sasol, Scoo. We're doing some really exciting stuff with Sasol around the food collections. Heineken are building some amazing things at the festival, so you guys can have a great time. Mercedes will be driving around all of our artists, and the Flight Centre will be making sure that people all over Africa can get to the festival. Thank you. Thank you. It's interesting when we talk about Pan-African tourism and Pan-African travel. There's a festival in Belgium called Tomorrowland, and 10 years ago they created what they called a travel desk. And the travel desk was there to serve people that were coming from outside Belgium into Belgium to go to Tomorrowland. That travel desk is now the biggest inbound tour operator in Belgium, and it's a music festival. So it goes back to what Lebo is saying. We are the arts, we are the creatives, we are the drivers of culture, we are the editors of cool, and we will drive people. So and the industry is largely ignored by tourism, and you know, we're going to change that. Another thank you to Gauteng Tourism Association, who have always been behind what we do, and also to just mention Proudly South African. We're a proudly South African business. We are very proud of our local supply chain. Our local supply chain on our budgets at Delicious Festival is about 80%. And I'm not going to bore you with the stories of where we get things, but we'd much rather buy from guys locally than import stuff from overseas. So that's a little bit of a heads up on what we're doing with Delicious this year. We're really excited to be back. In fact, I feel a bit like a fish out of water because I haven't held a microphone for 3 years, haven't stood up in front of people for 3 years. So, yeah, it feels a bit strange. Oh, and you wanted a lineup. That's... I forgot all about that. Okay, so this year, Saturday. I just want to mention... Shall I go do something else? This is the first wave. DStv are determined to make this the biggest festival on the continent. This is only the first wave of talent. And over the coming weeks, we will be releasing more artists onto various days of the Delicious Festival. On Saturday, one of the best performances, in fact, the fans told us one of our best ever performances was when we worked with Kalawa. I think it was 2018, and we celebrated 25 years of Kalawa Jasmine Records. So this year we're going to bring back some more of those Kwaito legends with Trompies, Umdu, Cabello, Tebe, Arthur. And that's been coordinated and managed by Dino Bravo, so that'll be a nice medley. And we'd like to just pay our respects to those guys, because those guys, what's happening in the world now, there's this thing called Afrobeat. And suddenly Afrobeat is the biggest thing in the world. It's the beat of the African drum. And it was those guys, Oskido, Vinny, Christos, it's those guys that started that sound here. They gave birth to it. People like Black Coffee now are capitalizing, and thank goodness we're creating our own stars with the beat of our own drum. We'll also bring the major league DJs. They're playing the sound of now. And then the first international I want to announce is a UK hip-hop act from London called the Stereo MCs. You may remember an album called Connected, and they're blowing up all the festivals in the UK. Go and have a look online at the performances at the festivals in the UK recently. And then fresh from a sellout of Madison Square Garden, sold out the London O2, the biggest sound of Africa, Burna Boy. We got some amazing DJ talent supporting that on the dance stage this year. LKG, DJ Lamise, DJ Zintle, and Soul Sister Zane. So that's the first wave of Saturday talent. And I assure you, I wish I could scroll all the way to the bottom here, because what's coming next is down the bottom, and I'm not allowed to tell you. So for Sunday, really, really cool hip-hop outfit. You may remember an album in the mid-90s called The Rebirth of Cool. It's a hip-hop outfit from the US called the Diggable Planets. Very, very cool. And then a very nice tribute. Delicious, we like to bring people together for unique performances on this grand stage. So this year we'll be paying tribute to Miriam Makeba with a very, very unique collaboration between Simpiwe Dana, Zenzi Makeba Lee, and Msaki. And they'll be paying tribute to Miriam and obviously playing some of her songs which have all been rearranged, and we'll celebrate that together. And then one of the big names coming in from the US for Sunday, 12 Grammys. 12 Grammys this guy's won. We'll be bringing Babyface. I'm going to scroll because I'm not allowed to say that. I'm not allowed to say that one. And then on Sunday, the dance stage, we have to pay respects to our friends and the founders of the Kwaito movement, Oskido, Vinny, Christos, Ganyani. And then in the market all weekend around the food courts, really excited to have the guys from Obrigado, so Ken Zero, the music, Just Timber. So a huge amount of talent. I don't think there's a festival in Africa with this amount of talent on one stage over one weekend. That brings me to the end. I just want to thank a few people. I want to thank the agencies that support us. Again, I want to stress, I want to thank the sponsors, proudly South African Gauteng Tourism, for all the work they do to support us, and we'd like to think that we support them. The Food Guy Group, Total Exposure, for looking after the PR, but again, DStv for making sure that this is the biggest festival in Africa. And then obviously the new management team at Delicious Festival, there's been a few changes. We've managed to bring in some young people that are the future of the festival. So I'm kind of hoping this is the last year I'm going to be up here with this microphone because next year, as the guy in the US says, I'm going to pass the mic. So thank you very much. We look forward to seeing you at Delicious Festival this year, and it's going to be huge. Thank you.
Fantastic. Give it up for that lineup, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Bo Oskido, the architects of Kwaito. Stereo MCs, Burna Boy, oh my God, tribute to Miriam Makeba. This is just wave one. There's still more coming. Today, the official website went live. So please check out deliciousfestival.com. You can find the lineup as it changes, as it evolves and grows. You'll get all of the official information there. Please remember, once again, the hashtag is hashtag 2022 DStv Delicious Festival, or just DStv Delicious Festival, whichever one you prefer. We're introducing a lot of information tonight, including the brand new commercial that is going to be playing for the next 2 months to promote the festival, along with the marketing material that I know all of you journalists and PR people care very much about. But first, the ad. Enjoy.
Turn to the groove is spiritual. Masithi sivula country city. When the world wants to know itself, we return to the creation of sound. Beats are cyclical rotations of planets per minute. Heavenly bodies in song. Drums echo the rhythms of stars carried through oceans, through you and I. Can you hear the rumble? Can you taste love in full color? Can you trust the delicious power at work between your soul and this groove? On the dance floor, our bodies are places of worship. United in groove, we are fed. We return to the collective body of culture, DStv Delicious Festival, because beats, bread, and breath are life. Groove is spiritual. Masithi sivula
How cool was that ad? How cool was the poet in that ad? I'm so proud of this partnership. I'm so proud of this partnership for many reasons, because the artists that are curated in this program every year are artists who are deliberate and intentional in promoting a positive image of their genres, of the places that they come from, of Black people, of our diaspora. This is deliberate. It's deliberate that it's soulful artists. It's artists who've made a deep cultural impact. It's the music that survives. This music is dope. It's carried us through decades because it is rich, because it has something to say. And maybe this is one of the reasons why COVID had to happen, is to wake us up to the importance of culture. For us as live performers, it means so much to be able to connect with live audiences again. I've been doing what I do for 2 decades, and the preciousness of being able to interact with living bodies, to see your eyes and feel your energy and hear your responses and your claps, not looking at your emojis in the comment section of Zoom or Microsoft Teams, but seeing you and feeling you. This is the spiritual part of live performance. This is why we do what we do in spite of everything that the industry puts us through. There are so many artists internationally who are still not even touring. In putting this festival together, you don't know what the team has been through in terms of trying to secure people, trying to make sure that the bands come together. People have been home for 2 years. So what we are experiencing, what we are about to experience is spectacular. It's an opening up of our world again. I'm delighted to announce our next speaker, because DStv Delicious International Food and Music Festival from the very beginning. They've had the backs of the festival ever since. So it gives me great pleasure to introduce the CEO of MultiChoice South Africa, Nyiko Shiburi, to the stage. Give him a warm round of applause, please.
Afternoon, or rather evening, everybody. I promised my team that I won't make my regular joke that I was introduced properly as Nyiko Shiburi and not Nyiko Bushiri. Thank you, everybody, media partners, stakeholders, and everybody that is here, as well as everybody that's watching online. I want to thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedule and navigating load shedding and traffic lights to join us this afternoon for this announcement. At MultiChoice, storytelling is at the heart of everything that we do. And as Africa's most loved storyteller, we are excited to bring back the much-loved DStv Delicious International Food and Music Festival that allows artists to express themselves and tell their stories through music, and as well as the chefs through the delicious meals that they put together. Oh, by the way, Lebu, I want my quota, please. The last time we were able to host the festival was in 2019, and so much has happened between now and then. The COVID pandemic had a devastating impact on businesses and industries, none more so than the entertainment industry. This festival, undoubtedly one of the highlights on the South African entertainment calendar, and dare I say African calendar, gives an opportunity to reignite the entertainment industry, which provides an opportunity for both established artists as well as new stars to be born. Let us also not forget everyone else that gets involved in creating a magnificent event like this. And of course, for our customers, through our DStv Rewards program that we launched just over a year ago. The DStv Rewards members can look forward to standing out from the crowd with access to bespoke sitting areas and access to VIP as well as general access tickets. This year, we celebrate 8 years of partnership with the festival. No small feat when one takes into consideration how things quickly changed in the entertainment industry. It is only fitting that this festival takes place over a Heritage Weekend. And as a country, as diverse cultures that we have, we get to celebrate this diversity through the different food and music that in one way or the other encapsulates our country and our people. Once again, a special thank you to everyone that came together to make this festival a reality. I look forward to seeing you all at Kyalami on the 24th and 25th of September. I thank you.
One. I'm getting used to this. I'm coming back on now. I just wanted to, I want to bring Lebo on this time. One of our marketing agencies came up with the incredible idea of, instead of doing the normal music festival advertising this year and having the artists and having all that, and just the normal stuff you always see, buy your tickets, hurry up, buy your tickets. We didn't do that. We abandoned that. And we asked Lebo to write a poem specifically for Delicious Festival. There's already talk about this poem being picked up now to be the sound bed on a house record that will come out soon, which we'll all be associated with. But I'm incredibly proud of this poem because Lebo exceeded all expectations. I thought we were going to get, a nice poem. This poem is the most incredible piece of spoken word I've heard in years and years and years. So it's actually my pleasure to ask Lebo to come on and read the poem you wrote for our beautiful music festival.
Thank you so much, Lloyd. Thank you so very much. Groove is spiritual. Masithi sivula i-country city. When the world wants to know itself, we return to the creation of sound. Beats are cyclical rotations of planets per minute, heavenly bodies in song. Drums echo the rhythms of stars carried through oceans, through blood, through you and I. Can you hear the rumble? Can you taste love in full color? Can you trust the delicious power at work between your soul and this groove? On the dance floor, our bodies are places of worship. United in groove, we are fed. We return to the feast of melody. We return to the collective body of culture, DStv Delicious Festival, because beats, bread, and breath are life. We do what we do because it has power. We are creatives because first and foremost, we are fed by what we do, and then we feed others. That is what this continent has done from the beginning of time. There's never been a time where Africa has not been trending. It's just we're getting credit for it now. When we dig into our roots and we remember who we are and we recreate, reimagine, remix all of that wonderful goodness of our heritage, we give birth to new art forms, to new philosophies, to new trends, to new fashion. We give birth to what the world consumes. Culture is us. So we're not just talking about like, you know, the superficial and also necessary aspects of culture, fame and celebrity, and we're talking about the whole value chain of culture. We're talking about the people who build the stages, the sound engineers who make sure that you can hear me, the fashion designers who make sure that we look good. We're talking about the aunties who are selling boerewors rolls outside the gigs, and the kids who are being fed by the beats and the music and the poetry that we make. We're talking to the DJs who are sitting in their bedrooms now, making beats, recording people who are going to be household names in a couple of years. You matter. The work that you do that matters. The last 2 years are not an indication of your importance in this country. If anything, look to how people survived. We survived by turning to creativity in our darkest moments, and will grow by attaching value to that creativity, by harnessing it and making it possible for more people to earn livings with. The world recognizes the value of what we do. Why don't we? If the Beyoncés can recognize the value of what we do, why don't we? We have we've been building decades that still rock up to edge of what is being created right now. We are still influencing that cutting edge right now. We're saying that the world is open because creative industries are ready to work. We're ready to do our jobs and to serve you in the ways that we have been called to serve you. I want to also make it very clear, friends, fans who are watching, that the DStv Delicious Festival website has also gone live. And I want to encourage you to use that space as the primary authority to find out what is happening with the lineup. This year, we are partnering with Howler to sell tickets. There's different kinds of packages. The ticket prices also go up as you get closer to the festival. So it's better if you book your tickets as early as possible. From tonight, tickets are open for sale. There have been people online saying that they're selling tickets. Please don't buy those tickets. If you bought those tickets, I'm so sorry, because they are skebenga tickets, guys. They're not real tickets. Go to Howler if you want the real actual tickets. Tell your friends to go to Howler. We've got packages for one, if you want to attend for one day. We've got packages if you want to come for both days. It's going to be amazing. Once again, the hashtag is 2022 DStv Delicious International Festival. Gentlemen, do you want to say something else, Lloyd?
I do.
Absolutely, go ahead.
I just want to, again, applaud you for the beautiful spoken word about the festival. Because it's, I like doing things differently, and we like doing things creatively.
Sure.
And this is a perfect example of how somebody with your talent can work with a music festival. And, you know, it just blows me away, and I'm very grateful. Guys, I'm just going to say goodbye. We're very lucky to have Tanqueray and Smirnoff and all the guys, the products from Diageo here, Windhoek are here. Now it's the time to announce them, because I do believe the bar is open. Fitch and Leeds are there with a load of mixers. It's open, go over there, have a drink, enjoy yourself. You'll also see at the back there's lots of beautiful food. All of the dishes in tonight's catering are recipes that can be found in the forthcoming DStv Delicious International Food and Music Festival cookbook, which will be coming out in coming weeks as well. And everything you see back there tonight are recipes from the book. So thank you very much. And Lebo, cool. Again, thank you.
Thank you, Lloyd. Thank you, Lloyd. Very, very cool. I like the fact that the cookbook is out too. That brings us to the close of the official media launch and lineup announcement launch. Stay plugged into what is happening on the website because that lineup is changing. It's changing up to the last minute. And make sure you go to Howler to get your tickets. We will see you on the 24th and the 25th of September, Heritage Weekend. Get your tickets, tell a friend, keep posting about this, keep making noise about this. The excitement and the momentum needs to continue to build up until the last drop, and I trust you. I want to thank everybody who tuned in via live stream, our friends on Instagram, our friends on YouTube, our friends on Facebook. I love you the most because I know that you are contending with load shedding and with data. The fact that you tuned in is miraculous. Please continue to support. It's been my absolute pleasure to be your host this evening. I will see you in September. Go well, enjoy, groove on, rock on. God bless.
Convoy, I'm a pass size 6. Convoy, I'm a pass size 6. Convoy, I'm a pass size 6. Mobalanga panty says whiz. Sambana buchera by 6. Bonka makonka angego benzenix. Namanji ngasuka babone samasimba bakibela matafula ngago sabavimba. Yagela relax baba chida. Amfuna ukuchela manga lumthwalo zokusila. Nine konka ngama pass size 6.